Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest on the Lower Hood Canal in Little Belfair, Washington. Yes, my hick town, USA. I love this place. I love it, guys, because it's not too far, but it is rural, and it's an easy pace of life living out here in the sticks. It's funny because people say, like if I'm at the VA hospital, they'll say like, well, where do you live? I say over the river and through the woods and over the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Yeah, I live that way. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I live pretty far. Anyways, welcome to my channel, everybody. This is May 2025 Saturday series, video number 2. That means this card is designed for the casual stamper. It doesn't mean that a new beginner stamper cannot do that. I will explain in a minute, but we are concentrating for the month of May on the Lovely Garden Suite. Now, let me explain what I do each month. Every month, I concentrate on a particular stamp set, suite, or bundle. For the month of April, instead of a stamp set, suite, or bundle, I used the heirloom arrangements kit just to do something different for my Monday and Saturday series. I also brought back my Wednesday series for March and April, and that was designed towards arts and crafts because I was making stuff with the gorgeous. I absolutely had such a thrill of a time creating with the Storybook Moments suite, making things for spring for my house. That was so much fun. Thank you guys for allowing me to share that with you, because it was twice as much fun because I got to share that with you. And that's really what my channel is all about, me sharing what I love doing with you. So that being said, my Monday series, the first card is always a sketch card. The second is always a case card. The third is always a shaker. The fourth is a fun fold. The fifth is a mystery as to what I'm going to come up with. And for my Saturday series, the first card is always designed towards the beginner stamper, the second, the casual, the third, the avid, the fourth, the extreme, and if there's 5, it's a mystery as to what I'm going to come up with. So today being the second Saturday of May, this card is designed for the casual stamper. Now, I will explain a little bit more. For me, a beginner card is simply ink and paper. Does not DSP, just ink and paper. For a casual card, you bring in a few more elements. You have your card base. You can bring in DSP, which we are for this one. You could also bring in a punch, maybe, which we are for this one. For this one, we are also going to be die cutting, but you could fussy cut, which fussy cutting is what we did before they came out with all the wonderful die cuts. But this is still very, very simple. We're going to keep it minimal as to what we are doing. So I hope you like what I've come up with, because this card is for a wonderful person who had a death in the family, and I needed a sympathy card, and this was made with her in mind. So I'm sharing that with you. So let's take a look what the suite entailed. It entailed this faux velvet ribbon in fresh freesia. Really pretty. However, it's not my favorite thing to put on cards because it's a little bulky. Some would say, oh, it's not that much, but it doesn't make pretty little flat bows. So it's not my favorite thing. And I will tell you, I didn't intend on buying the suite. I wanted the bundle because I had $50 for credit for being with Stampin' Up! For 5 years. But I put in the wrong number, and I got the bundle, but the suite, and I am wonderfully surprised because the DSP, I really do like that. You got these starburst sequins, and I didn't think I would ever be able to use this yellow, but we are on this card, I'm sure of it. So they're going to come in handy. The Thankful Garden, it has the hydrangea and what I'm calling poppies. I do love the sentiments. Thankful for you, friend. With love, you make a difference. You could do with love, and then put some with sympathy on the inside, but I'm going to bring in something else for the front of this card. Now, I will tell you, if I had the other hydrangea set, I wouldn't have purchased this. I don't like to purchase two of the same things. With I don't want to have like a ton of flowery sets. I have a beautiful rose set, the cottage rose set. That's what you'll see me use when I want to use roses. I don't think I need to have tons of every floral set that comes out from Stampin' Up. I didn't have a poppy set, so I do now. I have a hydrangea one and I have a poppies, and these is going to suit me forever. I'm not going to need to replace this. I'm not going to buy another hydrangea set, and I'm not going to buy another poppy set. That's just not who I am. Just so you know, heads up. And then we have the dies, and this die cuts out the poppies. This one cuts out the hydrangea. What I really liked about this set, guys, was the way you can color this. Hands down, my favorite way of coloring is with the stencils. Yes. And I did see that I have the Something Beauty stencils. Let me see them. I see that. Oh, let me grab all my stencils over here. What is it? Abundant Beauty decorative mask, right? I've used it twice now, not those. Abundant Beauty. Maybe those are with it? Abundant Beauty. Why do I see sunflowers? Okay, maybe that's Layers of Beauty decorative mask. This goes with the stamp set. Now, I was not intending on buying this. This is roses, right? I'm thinking about it because this stamp set is staying in the catalog. I did notice that. So I enjoy doing this so much that I just might purchase the stamp set to go with this. I'm going to look a little bit more. I'm not totally sold on doing that, but I might, just because I have those and I've used them twice already, and I really like doing this. So with that being said, then you have the DSP, and I'm getting my money's worth out of the DSP. I'm going to set those aside because we need them, and that I'm really liking the DSP. So a quick look. This is the paper we're going to use today. We're going to use front and back. It's going to work really well. I've already used this one and this one. I've used that one. I haven't used this one yet, but I'm not done yet with what I'm showing you all. Let's see. I've used that one. I've used that one. I've used everything so far but this one. And then it has black and white on the back. And then this one is Fresh Freesia. So let's get started. I am bringing in, this was so cool. So Michelle embossed and die cut all of these from this Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder. I went up and I couldn't find it. But guess what? This is making a comeback in the catalog, or staying in, whichever, but it's in there because I saw it online. And then Lori sent me hers because she just didn't ever use it. So now I have one for my little old self, and we are using this for the With Sympathy. Absolutely love it. I didn't have to even die cut anything out, emboss it, or die cut it because Michelle already did it for me. But I have it. I absolutely love it. I think that is like, and guys, the funny thing is up until Michelle did this for me, I never would have thought to have gotten these. And then I didn't have to get them because Lori sent me them. It was like, yes. Oh my goodness. I am sold on this. I know they have another set out there with different sentiments, and that I might just invest in that as well. And I say invest because when you purchase something like this, I know some demonstrators get rid of everything that is discontinued. I am not one of those. I invest money in things like this. I intend to keep them and use them. So for me, it is an investment, and I intend to keep using them. So I really do. I thank both of you, Lori and Michelle, because I never would have, when I first saw them, I was like, yeah. but seeing them up close and personal, oh my goodness, they are so, I absolutely love them. So saying that again, Michelle's card that she sent me is what inspired this card. So here's the card she sent me using February's paper pumpkin kit. We're going to keep looking at that from here on, but of course I'm going to do a few different things, and I hope you like what we're going to do with this one. So you can see this is an old add-on card base, but it is basically, it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. It has a color. This is, I believe, Pear Pizzazz. It is a retired color, but it's still going to go. Some of you may even have some of these. I like using what I have, so that's why we are doing it. I have layer number 1 is this piece of DSP, but we are going to use this backside, the black and white, 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go right here. Now our next layer is 4 by 5. That is not 4 by 5 1/4. This is so not 4 by 5 1/4. What am I thinking? 4. It is 4 by 4. 4 by 4. That's what a 4 by 4 is for. There's a country music song like that. This is the piece that we are going to tear at an angle to do what she did. I really like this idea. So that is our second layer. Then layer number 3, you see how she did this focal point? Layer number 3, this you will need a 3.5 at least by 5 to stamp and color our poppies. This is the one I'm choosing to use because of the poppies here. Now you're going to notice there's not a whole lot of yellow in here, so we're going to try to get it as close to these as we can with the stencils. All right, so that's what I plan on doing with that. Here is where I die cut it from. The rest of this is all good in here. Just because you die cut, don't go throwing this out. That's a waste of your paper, in my humble opinion. Now I have that old double oval punch. I do not get rid of these things. I've done one in black and one in garden green because I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet, but this is where our With Sympathy is going to go, and we're going to use a scrap piece of DSP to go for the bottom ones. We're going to set that aside, and here's some scrap paper cut from, because I just cut a strip that was 4 by 12 and I got everything from there. So, oh, and then we're going to have some ribbon. So I do have this black and white old Stampin' Up gingham ribbon that I had in my drawer, but in case I don't like it, I have some of the basic baker's twine in black. So either one of those would work. You can see when I was designing what I wanted to do, these lines represent the stripes in the DSP. This represents my flower I die cut, and then over here it says WSY. That's my With Sympathy. I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do, and this is what I came up with. And I like the idea, I'm telling everything out here, I like the idea of the torn paper with sympathy, because when you lose somebody, you know, it tears your heart. It tears your heart out sometimes. Even though some people passing, they have lived a long life, sometimes people pass and they're young. My own father passed in his 40s. He was very, very young when he passed. And the saddest part of all with that one is that his passing nowadays, it would be cured, as he passed from contracting hepatitis. So first things first is we are going to glue this. If I can find the glue, I just filled up the glue bottle. Yes, I did. Let's see, hopefully it's gonna work right. Oh no. Why is it whenever I start, Always something. Always something. And yes, I do prefer to use these little glue bottles. I just get better glue coverage as far as it doesn't seep out everywhere. So, like I said, layer number 1 is 4 by 5 1/4. That is our stripes. And I cut one piece that was 4 by 12. And that's going to give us our scrap bits that we need. And it's going to give us our torn bits we're going to need. So this piece is also part of that. This is a 4 by 4 piece. And I do want to cut it on a bit of an angle. I don't want it corner to corner. Let's look at Michelle's. You can see she has a width here, a width here. So we want to come about right here. And she did a bit jagginess, so we are gonna represent that by coming like so. Oh, I really like that. So we do need to do a bit of black there. I don't have a black sponge dauber at all. Hold on. I do have, I think I have a black spot though. I should have a black spot. I covered a kit box. Look at that. And it's opened. I guess I could make a black spot, but I don't want to at the moment. This is going to do the job. There's one. There's two, and those are just going to get glued down. You can decide if you want that. I really like this bigger bit down at the bottom. And little TT's in here with me. She is getting really kind of bossy lately. When she wants to go inside, there is no, she's a Chihuahua. Of course she's bossy. She just being bossy lately. She comes to my leg and she is just like demands that her attentions be needed. And she wants in at the about 6 o'clock. She wants to go inside, and there is like no go lay down or anything. She is constantly, there is no pleasing her in her old age. If you wanted more space of the black and white, just make your 4 by 4 smaller. You could do 3 by 3. But I really like that. And see, our flower is going to come here. And then our sentiment is going to sit over in here. Like so. But I'm not sure yet what color. I'm going to sneeze in a second. Let's see. 1, 2, maybe 3. 2. Yes, it is going to sneeze. So my stripes are going up and down, and I want a small strip, and I can't get that. So we're going to have to cut this like a 1 inch, I think. I'm forgetting now what it is. You have a head cold. I'm looking for the ruler. I did have the clear one that I bought. There it is. I did have this out. A 1 inch. So a 1 1/8 should do. Let's put that back where it will, at least I can look for it. So we want our stripes going this way on the guillotine. We want it to be a 1 1/8 inch to cut us a nice oval. All right. Punch, check, done. Guillotine, check, done. Now the question is, do I want the pop of green behind it? And I can see that there's white on that. Where's that black spot? We're going to touch those little white bits. Up. Okay. So here, green, we'll have to wait. I really think it's going to be black, but I'm thinking the black may not be. I think the black is what's going to suit my eye more. I don't want it there. I want it here. I can turn my flower, yes, this way. And I really do think it's going to be black. And then with sympathy, we'll stick out it being, oh, I don't know yet. I still haven't decided, so we'll have to just wait and see. That's just how it goes sometimes. So let's color the flower. And I'm going to get this, and we're going to put a little bit of tape, or you could do wood glue. Oh, this is why I don't like tape runners. Plus, they're not cost effective. All right. So we are trying to do our flower like this, which means little ink. So we're going to skip number 1, which is this one. We're skipping that one altogether. That's leaves. We're going to go to number 2, maybe a little of 2, which needs to go this way. That's leaves. And a little of number 3. I'm going to move that aside. It's great with the black, with the stamping of it, because then you can just look at it and line it up. We don't have to notch it today. So I'm just going to do a sponge dauber. I'm going to take a lot off because I want it light, but there are some, especially this one here. Looks like it has a little. My camera might bounce. Since that one has a little on it, I'm going to do a little over here. I'm going to do a little on this one. Just a little color. All right. See what I mean? We're just highlighted a few areas here, here, tad there. I'm trying to keep it really close to this. This is number 3. This is the one that just needs to figure out where it goes. Right there. This one, I'm going to use that little brush I got off Amazon. This is a little blending brush take it off. And this one, there is more of this, so we're going to take this and come in. And hopefully this works like I want it to. Yes, I'm doing the entire stencil of this one, of layer number 3. I'm going to do a little darker in the center. Now I'm going to pick it up. There we go. So I think that is really close to this. And so we're going to stop with the Daffodil Delight. And we're going to move on to the green. And this is number 4. I'm starting to think that I really want like Pear Pizzazz is my color. I think I do. Give me a second. That is in the retired drawer. But I don't even, I would need a sponge dauber for that one. Let's see. Basic beige. That's Pear Pizzazz. Because this is so light. Then we'll highlight with Old Olive. So there that is. That one's getting a little dark. I'm kind of doing a little brushing bit. It's getting more ink on there than the up and down, and I don't have to move it as much. I think I really like that. Yes, that's really nice and light. So that's Pear Pizzazz. You could use soft sea foam. And if you don't have the Pear Pizzazz. Now I'm going to pick up the Old Olive. And one of those little brushes I got off of Amazon. And the last stencil. This is my kind of coloring, guys. Some of you are like, oh no, give me the, you know, the blends. Yes, the blends are great too. But this is like so easy. So easy. So I'm just going to come in here and highlight a little bit. And by brushing off the ink on here, it's like making your own little inkwell, and you can pick up that ink again and use it. Instead of brushing it off onto paper, by putting it on the plastic, you get to pick it up again, and you're not wasting it on paper. And you can go around in circles. I'm going to just take a little peek. Oh, that's so lovely. It really is. A little bit up in there that needs a little. All right. A little darker right there. That's it. So that is our flower. And I can move my stencils. Those are going to go into the house for some cleaning. I just take the spray nozzle from the kitchen sink and run over that. And that, I think we did, let me hold it up. I think that came out pretty close. I'm really happy with that. Now the trick is do we go black or do we do it in the green and we do the black ribbon? So we have this. Which I'm wondering now, what if I did a circle instead of, I really liked the oval though, because it just really went with the sympathy. Was just lying around in there. So if we put that this way, put this there, I'm gonna have to turn the bow around, but I really like that. Or let's move that aside and do the black. It's so hard to decide. I'm thinking of brushing a little color of green or yellow with the sympathy. Okay, I like the black. The bow needs to get turned around this way. The bow's great. A little bit of tear tape on it and it will be good to go. I gotta hold it because this needs to be up on dimensionals. So the bow's gonna be stuck to the finger. Come on, where are the dimensionals? I know I have a sheet I'm using in here. Yes. So 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I can get 3. This time we're getting 4 on there. Oh, we're gonna put one in the center for good measure. Right there. Let me move those off. These follow you everywhere, guys. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. They do. They follow you in the house. Places you wouldn't think they can make their way into, but they do. I find them at the bottom of the bed everywhere. Yes, and this is going to get... Oh, I do love that. This is going to get dimensionals. One there for that side and one here. Even the minis. I love the big bow. So it's the ribbon, but you know, baker's twine would do, and we'll cut the ends when we get there. And we are going to add, I think, some yellow. Ooh, that is pretty. That is pretty as well. Okay. I think we're flipping it over. I think we're going to do the green. Yes. We're going to do the green. Isn't that a surprise? I didn't expect that. I did not expect that, but we're going to go with the green side. See what happens when you take a look-see? You never know what you're going to get, like a box of chocolates, right? In my case, don't give me a box of chocolates. Chocolate and me do not mix. No. Me and chocolates don't like each other. I used to when I was young, but it upsets my tummy now. Just that little bit of color. And then I think let's brush it with a little bit of green around the edge. Why? Because I can't leave well enough alone, y'all. Just can't. I just can't leave well enough alone. I gotta mess with stuff. I just think, oh, but what if this, and here I go, right? Not even sure you can see what I'm doing here, or if it will make much of a difference, but it makes me feel good. So I'm going to add this little hint of green to this. There we go. Yes, see, I start something and it needs more right there. It's just such a tiny bit of color. And then somewhere I have a stamp, but I don't know where it is, so that will have to be off camera because I have to dig for it. That says sorry for your loss. It might be a paper pumpkin, but I want to stamp that on the inside. So, and sadly, unless I get this finished, you guys may not see this one in the review because I really want to get this out. So there's that. So we use the black and not the green. And then we're going to use some of these Starburst on it as well. What did I see that I wanted to? I want some Wink Estella. And I just want to put some in these yellow bits, just to highlight those little bits. Yes, that's perfect. And just in the center of the leaves. No, nowhere else. Just that. Oops, I need to put that right back where it belongs. So where do I see? I see a placement like here. 1, 2. I like the idea of 1, 2, and 1. So 1 and 1, 2. I really like that idea. So 1 here and then 2 little ones. Oh, that did come out. Yes! Yes, I am very, very pleased with this card. So, what am I going to do for the inside? I need a sympathy. I didn't... Can you guys give me just 1 second? Let me see if... I do have, what is it called? Unbounded Love, I think, has a sympathy that I could go... Yes, on the envelope with sympathy. So this can go on the envelope because I don't know what else to do with that. And then, let's say, oh, nope, I'm looking and I don't see. Sorry guys, I'm looking in here. Life has changed for you, but my love and support never will. Maybe I just write something because it's really hard. But the one that says, sorry for your loss, I'm thinking that's really in the paper pumpkin. And I know some of you are probably saying, it is right now, right? So, where's the notebook? The notebook will tell me. The notebook. The paper pumpkin notebook. The paper pumpkin notebook will tell me. I know what it looks like. I can see it in my head. It has a flower bouquet with it. Right here. February 2021. So sorry for your loss. That's what I want. So I need to go to 2021. January. This is December. Oh, that's 20, so I need to go to February. Sending hearts, that's not it. Bouquet of hope. Is that it? That's it. It's great when you have a reference. That does help. Okay, so now we can finish. All right. So we're going to stamp with sympathy from Unbounded Love, which I need to write this one down. With sympathy for our envelope. And sorry for your loss. Wow, that is a beautiful one as well. So it has, we could stamp. This is sharing in your sorry, thinking of you, wishing I could be there to hold your hand. Those are both beautiful. I don't know if I can stamp both of those in this card and it make me be happy with it, but we're going to take a look at it. Okay. Let me turn this over. And there's one. And then let's see what this looks like together. See, I wish those were like, I'm going to stamp it first and then see what I like. If I like the way it looks, I'll stamp it all into the card. If not, I won't do that. So we're going to do a little look-see and see what it looks like. I can tell you mostly I used this set for sympathy cards for my daughter for her work for when there's a loss of a pet. And there have been, unfortunately, several. Actually, I wonder if I swapped them up. So let's try that. Let me clean it off. I can just see me getting ink all over something else. I think it would look better like this. So it never hurts to take a look-see. That's it. Never hurts to take a look-see. So now I have what I need for the inside of my card. Thanks to Paper Pumpkin. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That is the perfect for the inside. So next, trying to set that down, we need to do with sympathy. And this one has not been used yet. So we need to do the smushy, 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 smushy. And this we're just stamping on here. And then you know what? Because we can, let's take this and this now And let's just, oh, we can't go on the back, can we? I wonder if we just stamp it right there. That looks good. And I think I want to add a little bit to the inside. There. Now we're all completely done. Now it's 100% done. Just a little touch there, and we have completed this card. So depending on if I get the rest of the videos done here in the next day or two, you will see this card or not see it in the review, as I do want to get it out as soon as possible. But I'm really, really happy with the results, and I hope you are as well. I know these videos do take a little longer. Sorry about me having to, I forgot about looking for those. But I do like for you guys to see the complete results, and I hope you guys like it as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I really, if you guys like what I do and you have time, please leave me a comment. I love to read them. That is why I still do this, is because of the connections I have made with you. I absolutely, it's the first thing I reach for in the morning. I read them, I laugh out loud, I share them with my family and friends. They know how much this channel means to me and how much work I put into it, simply for the joy I get from sharing what I love so much with you all. So thank you for giving me that, and I hope you all come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye for now, everyone.